So you might have to. All our videos are maybe blocked. I can't see anybody else except for you, Sudha.
Okay, can you? You all can't start your own video.
Hi, this is
No,
Archita.
we can't start our own videos.
No, this is Archita. There'll be a panel at the bottom where it says start video. You just have to click on this. It's probably on, it's disabled.
No, this is the settings are such that we can't start our own video or unmute ourselves.
Archita, there are only 3 options: chat, raise hand, and Q&A.
Just give me a sec. I'm just going on mute for 1 minute. I'm just trying to figure this out. So can we maybe start the talk and I can access whatever, I can mute, unmute whoever wants me to do it from here, if that works.
Yeah, we don't need to unmute anybody, but we are just waiting for other people to join. Can we just wait for 2-3 minutes? Good morning, Dr. Rajeshwari. Good morning, Dr. Rajeshwari.
Good morning.
Okay. Shantanu, should we start or should we wait for 2 more panelists to join?
So Rehana is trying to join.
Okay, so we'll just wait
I
for
think
this.
She's facing some issue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have Rehana Bain as well. So we're waiting for Mrs. Asha, but I think we can start off now.
I think so. I don't know whether she has seen the message. She must be in the factory. It's Monday morning.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I got dropped out. Good morning all. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good Good morning,
Good
all.
morning.
Thank you so much for being with us. Good morning. Thank you
The
so much for
voice is
being
not
with us
audible.
today on a Monday morning.
Uh,
Voice is not audible.
Hello.
Hello, is it better now?
Yeah, this is little
Yeah.
bit okay.
Hi, is
but,
it better, the voice? Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, this is little bit okay.
Oh God.
Sudha, you'll have to come closer sometimes.
Hello. I'll hold the laptop in my hand, I think. Okay. Hello, good morning, all. Thank you so much for being here on a Monday morning. And all of you readily agreed for this convening at such a short notice. I know that the main driving point for this is the concern that all of us have for the nano and the micro entrepreneurs that we all are working with, especially in this COVID-19. They already have a tough time, and this COVID-19 is creating major havoc for them. So the purpose of this meeting is to understand the ground level challenges that these people are facing, and see if any of us has figured out any solution for it, and learn from each other, as well as if there are any things that we need from, say, any government bodies or financial bodies, we could just make a note of that, and maybe we could discuss that as well. So that's why we thought for the next few days, we will have these meetings with our other partners and entrepreneurs and collect their feedback and also learn from everybody. And we will try and we will certainly keep all of you in the loop for this, as and when we get material and we select we summarize our learnings. Can we just start with a quick round of introduction first? Smita Ben, can we start from you?
Yeah, good morning. This is Smita here from Seva.
Yeah, Rehana Ben.
Namaste and good morning, everyone. I'm Rehana Riyawala from Seva, and like I'm also working associated with the Rural Development Department of Seva, and like I'm currently also the Vice President of Seva. Thank you, everyone, for joining this call and taking the initiative.
Thank you so much. Aarti, you want to go next?
Yeah, I have a little bit of a slow internet
Hello?
connection. I hope you're able to hear me. I hope you're able to hear me. I have a little bit of a
Hello?
hello.
Aarti is muted.
No,
No,
she's
no,
not.
I'm speaking. I'm able to. You're able to hear me?
Yeah, this is fine with me.
Hi, are you able to hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi everyone. This is Aarti here from an organization called Sattva Consulting. We've been working with Smita Ben and several other organizations that look at small businesses and at women's economic empowerment as well as MSME. So that is, I mean, both from a research perspective as well as from co-implementation and supporting organizations to run programs on the ground pertaining to MSMEs, training entrepreneurs and so on. So that's our interest, and looking forward to see how we can have some focused efforts around this for COVID.
Hi, this is Shantanu from Game, and looking to get as much information as possible from across the country in terms of what are the challenges and issues that small entrepreneurs are facing. So we look forward to your feedback.
Dr. Rajeshwari?
Good morning. This is Dr. Rajeshwari, Association of Women Entrepreneurs of Karnataka. Thanks to GAME for inviting us in this most probably a session which will give some respite to all our women entrepreneurs.
Sure, we hope so too. Let's start then. Can we just start with what are the problems, what are the challenges that you think you're hearing and seeing actually, because you all work with these entrepreneurs in a very close way. So what is it that you're hearing on the ground?
You're asking me?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I had sent a couple of questionnaire to some of my women entrepreneurs in different sectors. They're all into the micro and small, as per your definition, nano my entrepreneurs too. So they are into food processing, packaging sector, handicraft sector, and different areas, even service sector. The primary problem with manufacturing sector is sourcing of raw materials. Because of the payment is done, the goods are not reaching for them to produce the goods because of the transport and stoppage at different levels, at district level or interstate transportation because of this COVID issues. Second thing is the labor issues. People are scared to come and work, one is. The second thing is people don't want to stop working at the same time because they're at the same time worried they may not get their salaries, they may be sent out of the job. So these are the two issues they are having, because many of this sector engages casual labor too from different parts of India. And the third thing they are facing is to meet the demands of the client, to whatever products they have made, to send it to the respective client is a difficult situation now because of too much screening and all those things. Then the fourth point is the financial access. So to manage all these situations, it's a very dicey condition here. At least with respect to Karnataka, I'm talking because there are a lot of cases here in Bangalore and around Bangalore, and it's a close population, and the manufacturing sector have to work. And being the end of March, they have to file all the returns, the tax to be paid, and also the bankers are not willing to relax these. So we are all waiting for the government to give some, maybe some regulations, changes in regulations that can relax some opportunities and give them more time for payment, give them more time for accessing funds, make the bankers to at least wait for the EMI for maybe 6 months time. So these are a lot of points coming out from our members.
Okay. Is there anything that can be done in the short term for them? Can we do something to improve their day-to-day life?
I don't know how, because we can't force them to work in this situation, the labor people. And for the women entrepreneurs, they want to go and work in their offices, but some of them are residing in a different place, maybe 20 kilometers away from their factories, and transportation becomes a problem for them because the public transport are not there. Very minimum taxis are available, and for a woman to manage everything around her house, everything around her business, as well as managing the employees is a major task for her. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
what we can do here is, at least with respect to the financial aspect, if the government can relax some portions of like giving a cash credit system with minimum, very minimum, bare minimum interest or no interest at all, will at least support her to manage the employees well, and she can meet the conditions of the clients as well. So the second thing is to somewhere get the raw materials on time. Okay, especially the food products. If there are these are all perishable items. So once the raw material is sourced, it has to be manufactured within a stipulated time, and it has to reach the market. Of course, there is a need. Everyone says the essential materials are all there, the essential goods are all there, but for the shops to stock it, the production has to happen. We cannot stop the production of food products, where packaged foods, ready to eat, ready to cook, which most of the women are into. So whether there is a disease or no disease, this is a need of the hour, and everyone has to be given the supplies on time. And only
Okay.
6 months shelf life period for some of the food items. So
So
at least
what you're saying,
for some sectors, they should relax.
Yeah, good point, Dr. Rajeshwari. Actually, very helpful. I mean, I've noted 4 or 5 points. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Maybe Smita Ben?
hello, Smita Ben? Or Rehana Ben? Smita Ben, we can't hear you. Aarti, you want to go next?
Sure. So, I mean, this is from some of the groups that we work with that in turn work with entrepreneurs. I think among the gig economy entrepreneurs, a lot of things, especially transport, urban transport and so on, a lot of things have come to a grinding halt. So there's, I mean, while Uber and Ola are trying to figure out, and I'm not sure they've not yet updated of any information, but we know for a fact that a lot of these entrepreneurs are struggling with their cash flows and their daily, their daily food and other rations due to complete shutdown of services. So there are quite a few gig economy entrepreneurs that are affected to the complete halt of services. There are some in the agri space that we know of and have been working with, where the monthly debt repayments is a huge issue. Like they've not been able to, because of the perishable nature, which also we had Rajeshwari comment on, considering that the perishable nature of agricultural produce and the time that is taking longer time, and it is to go to markets, and to longer time to get back money for the produce. The agri entrepreneurs that we've been working with are facing difficulties in paying back the micro loans or paying back the credit, NBFC credit that they have taken. And NBFCs still haven't given any announcements about any kind of delayed payments being okay and so on, or looked at any kind of cuts. So this is a big, the finance debt repayment is another area of issue that we are seeing, particularly among affected entrepreneurs in agriculture. At this point, this is what we have, but we are collecting information in quite a rapid way. So what I could do is to aggregate a lot of the information and areas of support as we hear them and from others to send back more of a collated document in the coming days.
Oh, that will be great. Okay. So basically, again, we are coming back to the agri space, perishable goods, and the transportation is the problem, and the finance is the problem. Is that right? I mean, did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Aarti. Smita Bey?
Yeah. So I would like to add up to what has already been shared. Since we also work with very small farmers and with the perishable vegetable growers and vendors, so we've been facing this issue of they are not able to get a proper market, and in fact, especially the tomatoes and all, they are having to throw away, while in the cities we are actually looking for. So that chain, since we already have one foodie chain, we are trying to see how we can connect it, because they are these daily wagers who would need daily capital to work upon and bring transportation. Again, transportation is a challenge because the movement has been restricted. So that's going to be a major challenge. Secondly, our micro entrepreneurs, especially in the value chains, the entire chain gets disrupted. We've stopped our production of garments. So those who are into stitching, those who are into in the villages, they are doing embroidery. They can continue working from home, but only till the time they have the kits that have already reached them. And here the stitching unit has been closed. So for them, it's all kind of for a week at least, and it's uncertain how till when. And we are also very scared of the effect of the reverse migration that may happen. Because if people go back to their villages, the land itself is very less, and there are already members who are working on the land. So how the village economy and the plus the family economic situation would suddenly change. So we are really trying to work upon. So it's in fact in few minutes we are going on call with all the district coordinators to understand the situation and where else we would like to provide them support. And especially with the lot of awareness and orientation on this particular COVID itself, because looking at all the media, also understanding the situation, everyone is quite scared, and at the same time, as it was mentioned earlier, nobody wants to stop going to work. So how do we maintain the hygiene even if we want to go to the work is something that we are trying to use various platforms to blast out orientation and information to the members. But it's definitely going to affect a lot to the micro entrepreneurs. We are also preparing a memorandum to submit to the state government and the central government. I think Rehana Ben has dropped out, but we can send through email also certain points because she's been actively working on those areas.
Yeah, that will be great.
So just one more.
Yeah.
Lots of agriculture, seasonal crops. How do we try and protect them is something that is being very discussed upon in our upcoming meeting in few minutes. So that would be an important piece of information. And, we would definitely have some identified.
Can you please repeat that, Smita? I couldn't hear you too well.
So there is the seasonal crops that are right now in the plan. So in few minutes, we'll be talking to our agriculture team members also to understand their particular specific issues. So we'll have more points to share with you, and we can do that by email.
Oh, great. That will be a great help. And we'll see what we can do about it if there's some solution about it. Okay?
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? We have about 4 minutes. So just a quick question to end on a positive note. Smita Ben, Aarti and Dr. Rajeshwari, have you seen any positive instances of any entrepreneurs doing something to overcome this? Has there been any unique positive initiatives that any of the entrepreneurs have taken? Maybe that will be a good thing for us to learn from as well.
Not at this point of time. Maybe in a week's time we will know. One thing I would also say is the service sector. Like people, at least in Bangalore, I'm talking with Bangalore as an example, because many of the women are into running PG units, accommodation for women's, the girls working in IT sector. The total IT sector is working from home and not able to manage this. So the canteens and mess run for the PG accommodation is also having a problem. The girls who are there in the PG are not able to go back to their hometown because of total cancellation of all the trains and transport for them to reach their destinations. and it's all stuck there. It's a chain which is happening. Then the third one I would like to say is there is a positive look if we can manage to catch hold of the necessities of today. Like we need a lot of masks, we need a lot of home sanitizers, we need a lot of cleaning agents. Uh, we can look at this area where we can produce in large quantities with a mind that in another 10 days there may be more number of cases, more number of hospitals needing all these requirements. So if we can manage to engage people in all these, little bit of activity will happen, a confidence measure. Maybe they'll not see the money today, but another week's time or 10 days, we hope the government will come out with some monetary benefit for such industries, because they are also the end suppliers for the hospitals. So we have to manage to get into that market right now in a large scale production of masks, aprons, sanitizers, and all that hospital needs, including, of course, food for the patient.
Yes, that's also important.
So that's where women are into. It's all an unorganized sector as of now. If we can quickly manage to get them as a group enterprise and get them to work together. Of course, there is a lot of issue here. We have to have the licenses, the necessary documentation, the necessary sanitation to be observed in the production area also. Because by doing this, we should not infuse some more organisms inside the hospitals. So it's a very, being a doctor, I thought it's a very important area we can work on.
Correct. Thank you.
Aarti or Smita Ben, anything from you?
I mean, not directly from the entrepreneur, but there are several initiatives now that are rallying around, and Satwa is part of quite a few of them, to help entrepreneurs through various different mobilization of corporate CSR, budgets and some other things. I mean, we're just preparing that set of resources. I'll send it across to you. But we haven't heard yet directly from entrepreneurs, but there are ecosystem level initiatives that are kickstarting to support entrepreneurs to tide through the this particular phase.
Okay, great. Smita Ben, anything from you?
No, just to add that we are hoping that the public distribution system would be strengthening the supply, because that's the major thing. Food security, and as has been shared, is something that needs to be strengthened, along with the awareness and also availability of immediate medical facilities that would be needed. And we'll keep sharing whatever we get from our members. We were also talking, as we are also running our food supply chain. So there are many in Ahmedabad who were daily customers, and so far we had not closed down unless yesterday, where we were actually keeping the fun. So that's where again we are trying to work out, because there are students who need food at this time. So how do we, not call them for lunch or dinner, but supply food to them through parcel service is something that we are trying to work out, especially for the urban area and city, those who cannot go back home in this situation. So those micro entrepreneurs, of course, are taking the risk and running their kitchen. We do hope to make all the standards. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks all. Shantanu, anything else? Because it's already past 10:30. I think Shantanu is dropped out now. Anyway, thank you so much, all of you. I'll definitely keep you in the loop on what's happening.
I just have one. I have one request. If GAME can come out with a questionnaire as to what are the things that you are looking at from an entrepreneur perspective as to
Mhm.
before you give a solution, we can find out exactly what they are facing in the ground level. And we will be
Sure.
able to frame a common point of solution
Okay.
so that we can also request the same to the government. This kind of discussion is already happening in our Chamber of Commerce group also. Of
Okay.
course, at a different level on GST and relaxation of paying the taxes on
Okay.
time and
Mhm.
EMIs and payback of our cash credit loan, everything. It's all happening already, but they are more into the SME sector, not into the nano sector, which women are in the ground. So
Okay.
we are looking at framework for women, which we can seek from the government.
Sure.
So I would like,
Yeah.
I expect GAME to come out with some framework which we can find out some points from the women and make it as a group need or whatever, and represent to the government with that.
Sure. We'll do that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.